Happy Friday, happy Memorial Day weekend. Yesterday, did anybody catch Mark Zuckerberg's speech yesterday at Harvard? He talked a lot, made a lot of different points, some of them controversial, of course. But one particular point that I wanted to extrapolate out is purpose creates true happiness. And having dealt for a while, over a decade, having dealt with folks in money, I've worked with the ultra, what you call high net worth folks, down to people that are just trying to stay retired for the most part. And I can tell you without a doubt, money never creates the happiness. It's always the purpose. And so one of the things that we try and do as an advisor is use the money, use the resources to help somebody find and fulfill their purpose. And that's what drives happiness. If your purpose is to spend as much time as you can with your grandkids, how can we use your resources to allow you to do that? If your purpose is to serve as many Meals on Wheels as humanly possible throughout your retirement, how can we use your resources to do that? And in my opinion, and in my experience, that's what drives true happiness. And so he spent a lot of time talking about that in his speech at Harvard. And focus on that. This weekend, as you're doing your stuff, as you're celebrating Memorial Day, or remembering those who certainly gave it all, what is your purpose? Because that is, for the most part, what's going to make you the happiest. The markets this week have come back with a vengeance, as some might say. It's completely normal. You know, last couple weeks everybody was worrisome. Markets were pulling back. Is the bull run over? Who knows? But markets do what they do. Usually they go up. Well, they went up this week. And they might continue going up. They might not. That's why we constantly advocate having a plan. And finally, I want to summarize. We've spent the month of May talking about why hire a financial advisor. If you've been around Dick long enough, he's always come back to an analogy that I think really sums everything up, and that is any good relationship has three components to it, particularly a relationship with an advisor. One is, are they competent? Is that advisor, have they gone through the steps? Have they taken on the responsibility to serve the public as a certified financial planner? Again, that speaks to competency as well as standard of care. Are they a fiduciary? Are they going to put your interest ahead of their own? You have to if you're a CFP. Second thing is trustworthiness. Are they trustworthy? We talked about different ways advisors get compensated. Some are a little bit more trustworthy than others. How do you figure out if somebody's trustworthy? That just takes time. References, personal references, things like that. We talked about this for a while. And lastly, we always ask this question. You have to have three things. Again, competency, trustworthiness, and the third thing is, do you like them? Are you comfortable enough to give that advisor a call to say, hey, I think I made a mistake, or my job's in jeopardy, or my marriage is in a little bit of trouble and I need to think through this financially. You name it. There's lots of different reasons you should call your advisor and say, here's what I'm thinking about. But you're not going to do that if you don't like them, if you don't like spending time with them. Do they get you? Can you talk back and forth? Do they take the time to understand your issues, what you face in life? Because everybody's different. So trustworthiness, competency, and likability are very important. If you have any questions about hiring an advisor, working with an advisor, you can always give us a call. We have lots of resources and ways we can help. Lastly, just want to remember those that gave all for our independence and our liberty. As we enter this weekend, it's a time of remembering. It's a time of really just reflecting upon the fact that we live in the greatest country in the world, and we could not live here without those that sacrificed their lives for our freedom. Here at Strategic Advisory Services, nothing means more to us than that. So we're certainly going to be thinking about that this weekend, and we hope you do too. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.